Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about the number one thing that you need from any marketer that you hire. Now, a lot of the time people will reach out to your company, they will contact you and they will say things like, oh hey, we can help provide solutions to your problems. This is a common closing technique because what they'll do is they'll have a little conversation with you, they'll find a couple of different things which the company can deal with, and they will basically be able to sell the service to you very well because they will have a solution to your problem. The issue with this is that you're dealing with a salesperson. That's first of all. But the one thing that you need from the people who are talking to you after the salesperson is you need somebody who is prepared to learn about you and your business. You see, the thing is, I'm a restaurant marketer. I've worked with a large number of different Italian restaurants, Indian restaurants, quite a few Chinese restaurants, not so many of those. I've worked with restaurants that have dealt with just about everything. I've worked with kebab shops, you name it. I've probably worked with them at some point. I've worked with a lot of pubs as well. So it comes down to a very basic premise from my perspective is I can go into two Italian restaurants and they'll be completely different. Two Indians will be completely different. Two Chinese restaurants will be completely different. The fact of the matter is you cannot rely on a marketer to just use their experience of what they've done before. They need to be interested in you. They need to be interested in your business. Because the fact of the matter is, let's say you've got a marketer who's a pro salesperson and they sell things for clients on Etsy. So you've got a really well-renowned marketer, you reach out to them. If they're not interested in learning about you, your products, how they're made, how are they supposed to market them? If they don't understand your, let's say you are in a restaurant, if they don't understand your restaurant, they don't understand your food, they can't just use the same posts that they've used for loads and loads of other people and just advertise them out. The fact of the matter is, every single time you deal with a marketer, they should be trying to work with you on a personal level. And yeah, this kind of thing will cost you more money. But the fact of the matter is, if you're supplying them with photographs, if you are giving, if you give them access to the things that they need, which will be generally photographs, they'll probably need access to your business if they're local, and you should definitely let them come and have a look around your business, get to know them. Me as a client, as a marketer, whenever I've gone out and worked with my clients, I've done all sorts of things. I've waited tables, I've worked in the kitchen. I basically put my time and effort and energy in because the thing is, when I see how the restaurant works, when I see how the staff interact with people, every single thing that I see when I'm there taking photographs or when I'm interacting with staff, everything is me absorbing information about that business so that when someone goes online and they say, oh hey, you haven't provided a good service, I can be genuine with them and say and talk to them as a person who has experienced life at that company. The fact of the matter is, it's easy to be a remote marketer and not lift a finger to do anything. It's easy to sit there and just use the same Canva pictures you've got that have been provided by some sort of bulk package and just basically earn money on the ticker as it always comes in. It's very easy to do that. But the most important thing is actually getting to know your clients. The clients that have been with me the longest are the ones that I know the best. These are people that I have integrated with very well. And the thing is, I have an understanding of the business. And a lot of the time, after a little while, I will teach them how to do it. They will move on and they can do it in the business because they will have either the equipment, they will have the knowledge, and my job will be done as a marketer. The thing is, as a marketer, you don't necessarily want to keep a client for years and years and years. That's not necessarily a good thing, because the fact of the matter is things get stagnant. Then the stress levels pile up. You can end up losing friendships and burning bridges. But it's always good because I get occasional work because people keep coming back to me. They say, hey Alex, can you help with this? Can you make a couple of posts here and there? And that's really nice because I don't have a focus on those businesses and I don't become reliant on them as a marketer. Thing is, if you're absolutely reliant on every single one of your clients, and you are just there, sitting there, you get stuck into this gigantic web where you think, oh God, I've just lost a client because they've become angry with me after years and years and years for whatever reason. So if you have a falling out, things like that can happen. But the fact of the matter is, if you've got a marketer who's working for you who actually cares about your business, who you are, and what you do as a person, and they get to know you, that's a really, really good sign, because it shows that they care. And the fact of the matter is, regardless of what any salesperson will tell you, at the end of the day, they're a salesperson, they're not a marketer. They can offer you all sorts of things, systems that have been designed to work. And here's the thing, right? A lot of the systems that marketers buy are from specific people in specific areas, usually in the United States. USA has got great marketing. But let's say you've got they've learned this system which is absolutely perfect and it works in, say, Tennessee. You know, you can go to like Nashville, you can go to Chattanooga, you can set up a business and it's great. But let's take a step back, shall we? Is this going to work, let's say, in Oregon? Is it going to work in Portland? Let's say, are we going to have we got a business that's going to work, say, for example, in Germany or in Holland or in England? These marketing techniques aren't necessarily going to work in these other countries because you've got completely different people. So the fact of the matter is, you need a marketer that is focused entirely on what you want as a business owner. And that is really, really important. If they can't get down to you, have a couple of video chats with them, get to know them. You know, if they're not prepared to actually get to know you as a human being, why are they even interested in working for you? They're just thinking about money. And if they're thinking about money, they're not thinking about your business. And a lot of marketers, they're desperate. I'm not desperate. I don't have to worry about that kind of thing. Because the thing is, I care about my clients, that's why I keep them. It's very simple. At the end of the day, it's very complicated for me, because having seen the side of sales, and I've been doing sales, and there was a time when I wasn't very good at marketing, right? And I only really came into my prime after I left the advertising company I was working with. Now, they provided an exemplary service, extremely good, right? They were some of the best people and they genuinely care about their customers. But it was only when I actually had to sell my product, get it out there, close deals myself and start to see the way that things were. And I was actually going out and meeting people. So the thing is, I'd go out to a business and I'd meet them, and I'm not a salesperson. I'm somebody who does the social media marketing, the website marketing, things like that, the SEO. Because I'm looking at it from a different perspective, I have an interest in the person, their business, and I think, what problems do you have? We went to a Chinese restaurant about a year and a half back, maybe 2 years back. They were just setting up, and I said to them, "So you just moved in here?" He was like, "Yeah." I said, "Were these fridges here when you moved in?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "You need to get them checked. You need to have someone come in, maintenance, and have a little look, make sure that they're functional, properly functional." They didn't do it, but in the first couple of weeks that they ran, they had problems with the fridge. So the fact of the matter is, they realised that I'm trying to help them with my knowledge that I've gained, and because I'm solving problems with the business and trying to help the business, there's a reciprocity there, which is a good thing for me. But the thing is, if you've got a marketer who's not trying to genuinely help you, and they're just interested in the money, they're like, "Oh, we've got all these systems, we're going to dazzle you with all this science and stuff." It's like, I can sit there and dazzle you with science all day. I can talk to you about this crazy stuff. Maybe you should make a video that's about an hour long where I just completely and totally dazzle you with all sorts of terminology. I don't know. It could be quite fun, actually. But the fact of the matter is, that's not the kind of person you want. You want someone who sees you on a personal level. One thing that people learn in care is person-centered care, which means that even if you've got a human being, they may have a specific condition, but they are their own individual person. And in much the same way, every single company is its own individual company. So without actually taking the time to sit down and understand these companies, how are we supposed to market for them? We can't just put a label on them and say, "Oh, this is an Indian restaurant, they need this kind of marketing." That might not be the way that things are at all. It depends on the local area. Have they ever walked around the local area and just sort of looked and just waved at people and had a little look at the kind of people that are there? Have they ever been there in the restaurant, like cleaning up and stuff in the background, and looked at the way that the staff interact with the customers? Have they ever basically talked to the people who are serving, or have they ever got a meal there at a really busy time of the day? So one of the things that I like to do is go to a place that I work for, and I'll go at a really busy time. I'll book myself in, knowing that it's going to be busy, and I'll say just serve everyone else first to the people who are there. And the fact of the matter is, I don't mind if I get there and it takes ages for the food, because what I'm doing is I'm watching the way that they're talking to the customers. I'm watching everything that's going on with. I'm watching everything that's going on inside the restaurant. I'm seeing how the staff talk to the customers, how the customers talk to the staff, getting an idea of who their customers and clients are. And if you've got somebody who's actually putting that sort of time and effort and energy in, that is worth a little bit of extra. Because the fact of the matter is, everything else I'm going to be teaching you on this channel. So, hopefully that'll help. Anyway, you have a lovely day. Thanks for joining me. Take care. Bye.